Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at Shape's cage for the Atomos Shogun. The Shogun is a monitor slash recorder. Now, the buzz about this one here originally was that it is a 4K recorder, but it can do also 1080p, so it's going to be great for something like a Blackmagic pocket cinema camera. If you don't want to record the SD card, you can record the SSD here. I have used this on the Blackmagic pocket cinema camera quite a bit, and that's why I didn't need my Atomos Ninja, because this Shogun here can do that and then some. Now obviously it does 4K recording from cameras like the GH4 or Sony a7S. Outside of that, it can be used as an audio preamp because it has XLR adapters that connect here. Now people can also use this as a director's monitor, because as a monitor it's very, very good, very high quality, good color, has a lot of features like focus peaking and false color, and then you can punch in. It can also de-squeeze anamorphic. It can do quite a bit. So the Atomos Shogun is going to let you do a lot of different things. So the Shape cage with the expansion kit, you can get handles, you can get a monitor mount, you can get all kinds of stuff, and it'll let you use this in a lot of those different ways. So this is probably the most full-featured accessory on the market that you can get for the Shogun recorder right now. So we're going to run through some of that and show you some of this kit here. Now they do have other options for this cage, but right now all I have is the bundle, which has plenty, and we're going to go through that right now. So first we have the cage here. This is the Shape cage. Now all you have to do is set it on its back, drop the Shogun in. That's it. Nice fit. You got two little screws over here. One goes at the bottom. Then you'll have one here at the top. And that's it. You have a cage here. You got a cheese plate here at the top where you can mount a number of accessories. And then, as you can see, it kind of covers the back area here, so it's going to prevent that from shifting or twisting. There's also four little nubs that kind of come off, little standoffs on the face here, so that once your Shogun is in place, you can actually set it down, and it's actually resting on the cage, not on the LCD itself, not on the screen itself. So that's what these little standoffs are for. So there are a number of holes at the bottom here for mounting, and then you'll notice this little slot that kind of slides back and forth. Now that's for the optional accessory, the monitor mount. We're going to put that on in a second, but as you can see, you've got all the cutouts here. So if you just needed the cage, this is a great cage. You can pop in your solid state drive, no problem. Pop in your battery, no problem. So very cool, right? So if you wanted to use this kind of off camera, if you wanted to hold it, use it as a director's monitor, or even just a recorder with an HDMI coming off of your operator, they also sell this handle kit. Now this came with the bundle, and so you get two handles here and then four screws. So these can be mounted here at the top, and they can also be mounted at the bottom, really. So I'm going to put them at the top so we can see what that looks like. Now if you just had one screw, it would spin around, so there are two screws so that it doesn't twist around. Okay, so there you go. We've got the handles on the sides here, and to adjust the handles, you just push these red buttons here, and that's one of Shape's patented designs. They use it on a lot of their rig parts, which is very cool, because all you have to do is push this button and it's spring loaded, and you can adjust these handles any way you want. So you can twist it around, and this is great, especially when you're mounting the handles from the bottom, which I'll show you next. Okay, so there you go. We have the handles mounted underneath the Shogun. As you can see, it's a very ergonomic kind of position. I like holding it like this because all the weight back here from the battery, solid state drive, feels more comfortable this way. You also have access to this top cheese plate, so if you wanted to mount all your other things here, if you're going to use this as a director's monitor, you may have something like a Radeon Pro, which is a wireless video streaming device. So you can receive the video signals, or if you're using it for audio, you can have your audio receivers up here at the top and still hold the monitor very comfortably with these handles. And again, to readjust the handles, you just push these buttons, turn them around. As soon as you release the button, it just locks in place with these rosettes. So very, very cool system here. So we're going to take the handles off, and now we're going to go to the monitor mount system, which is really, really handy if you're using a rail system. Probably the best mount I've seen for monitors. I wish they had made this for all the other monitors as well. So we're going to put this on in a second here. Let me get these handles off. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is add the monitor bracket underneath this cage here. And to do that, we should have mounted it before we put the monitor in here. So now we got to take this out just to put the bracket back on. But very quick and easy to do, just 2 small screws. And then our Shogun comes right out. All right, so we got to put this little bracket in here. Okay, so we have the monitor bracket here at the bottom. We're going to put our Shogun back in. All right, so we have the monitor bracket here underneath. What you'll notice is we have a 15 mil clamp here, and that actually allows you to pan the monitor position, and then this push button over here allows you to tilt the angle of the monitor. So this works in conjunction with this little bracket here, this 15 mil clamp, and I'll show you what that looks like on this rig. So we're just going to slide this on. All right, so we have the clamp mounted to the back of our 15 mil rails here. You notice there's a short stud, just one, and that just mounts directly to the center of this bracket. Now what this does is it allows me to rotate the monitor position, so I can actually turn this around and then lock this clamp down. And so if I was standing on the side of my camera, I can actually like pull focus, zoom in and out, and just kind of stand on the side of my camera as I'm doing that. Now remember, we could rotate this back, and we can also change the position of our camera or our monitor by just pushing this button and tilting. The moment we let go, it just locks in place with those rosettes. So very, very solid mount. Another cool feature of this bracket is that you can loosen this bottom clamp here, and you can slide the entire thing off to the side. And then if you had the clamp the opposite direction, you could slide it all the way to the other side. So over here we could slide it about this far, but all we need to do is rotate this clamp, and then we can slide it the opposite direction if we wanted to. But that is a very, very cool feature of the Shape monitor bracket here, because we can move it off to the side, we can tilt the angle of our monitor very quickly. We can also loosen this little clamp here and then easily rotate the position of our monitor. So a lot of flexibility in this monitor bracket. And obviously one of the cool things about having a cage on the Shogun is that the Shogun itself lacks HDMI locks, which I think is very important. So all you have to do is plug in your HDMI cable, and then on the back side of the cage you have these little knobs that you tighten down, and then it will pinch the cable in place and prevent it from coming loose. So anyways, we could also add the handles back on the monitor over here, and if we wanted to use the monitor off camera, all we have to do is loosen up this bracket or this clamp, and the whole thing just comes off. If we had our handles mounted on here, we'd have a director's monitor ready to go. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about this stuff, check it out on the blog cheesycam.com or visit their website shapewlb.com. Once again, this is the Shape cage for the Atomos Shogun, one of the most full-featured accessory that you can get for the Atomos Shogun today. Again, you can build up on this. They even have an optional sun hood that goes around the cage, because once you have a cage on your Shogun, you can't use the OEM one. So they have an optional sun hood that works with this as well. So lots of cool stuff coming out of their product line. You guys should check them out, shapewlb.com, or visit my blog. I'll have some more information written up, cheesycam.com.